Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. So it looks like people have raised their hands, so we'll start with questions here for Steph. The first one, let's go with Mark Spears, undefeated.
What's up, Steph?
What's up, Mark? How we doing?
Good, man. I'll see you from a distance in a couple hours. You being North Carolina native, I'm just curious, did you get recruited by any HBCUs and consider any scholarships or recruitment from any?
I didn't, but I did. I used to work out at Johnson C. Smith University all the time. Coach Joyner and his family over there were good family friends. Been to plenty of games and been in their gym, but never got recruited. It was always kind of dope to kind of imagine what it'd be like to play there, but things kind of switched up a little bit. So nice to know that John C. Smith, I had a little familiarity with the program though.
And secondly, if you would have been offered from there or A&T Central or one of those schools, do you think you would have seriously considered going?
Most likely. Who knows what the indecision would have been, but at that point, when you're coming from where I came from in terms of a 3-star recruit and all that, any scholarship offer, I don't care where it came from, would have been highly considered.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have Mark Medina, USA Today.
Hey, Steph, good to see you. I was wondering, with the 1-year anniversary approaching of the season shutdown, what were your memories of how you initially processed the news that the Warriors were going to play that game without fans against Brooklyn, and then how did you process the other turn of events with the OKC Utah game?
Well, I was just coming off my hand injury, so I was excited to be back on the floor playing. Played against Toronto, I think, a couple of days before. I started to get some flu-like symptoms the day after, so I was I think I missed the game right before our scheduled Brooklyn game, so I was kind of all over the place in terms of getting educated on what COVID-19 really was, if I had it, getting tested for it. And then meanwhile, the league is kind of in flux in terms of no fans, which was, I think, on the docket for our Brooklyn game. We were all trying to figure out what that was going to look like. And then I remember being at home watching just think some other games, and then hearing about what was going on in OKC, and from there everything seemed to just be moving a million miles an hour in terms of updates and getting questions answered around if we were going to be playing, and then obviously Adam Silver's decision to shut it down. So obviously unprecedented. There's nothing like that moment, and it is wild. It's already been a year, and all that our society's been through outside of just the NBA circles.
Next up, Terrell Thomas.
Good morning, Steph. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Two-part question for you. This will be the first All-Star game in which you're able to actually unveil your personal brand, the Curry brand. Do you have anything special lined up as far as apparel or sneakers for that? And then secondly, what do you think of the field as far as the three-point contest? What do you think of the field and your oppositions, your opponents?
Yeah, it's humbling. It's pretty amazing to rock your own shoes, rock your own brand, and what we stand for on the bright lights of an all-star game stage. I got a specific all-star shoe, which there'll be a story around that I'll talk about later. But like you said, anytime you have an opportunity to be on this stage, and considering how my last year and a half has been with injuries and all that, being away from the game, it means a lot. It's something I don't take for granted. I'm obviously appreciative of the opportunity, and to obviously share with the world even more what this brand means, and how people can participate in it. So definitely excited about that. 3-point shootout is going to be awesome. I haven't done it in a couple of years, so it's kind of a twofold. It's good competition. Hopefully I can get it done, shoot well, and it's a good warm up for the game since everything's, in one night. So it'll be a little different experience on that front, but I'm looking forward to getting back out there.
Next up, Leandro Torres from El Comercio.
Hi, Steph. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Hope you're well. Steph, does it mean anything special to play alongside LeBron James for the first time in your career?
For sure. I'd love to get that experience, having played against him for the last 12 years and obviously in the finals and all that back and forth and all-star games and whatnot. So, it'll be dope to compete, go out here, try to get this win, represent Team LeBron. It's gonna be a pretty cool experience. We got a stacked team and ready to go out there and just enjoy ourselves and get a brand new experience that me and him have never had before. Should be pretty memorable for sure.
And what does it mean for you to be in this All-Star game?
I mean, it means a lot. Like I said, I've been obviously with injuries last year and with the pandemic and everything that's happened over the last year, to how much work I've put in to get my game back to where I want it to be and to be healthy and just be able to play at a high level, it means a lot. And obviously when you're able to represent your team, your family, and everybody that's helped you along the way, on this stage, it means a lot. It's not something that, again, I take for granted at all. I know how much hard work goes into it. I know, what it means to be recognized as an all-star, and it definitely means a lot.
Next, Patrick Murray.
Hi, Patrick Murray from Forbes Sports here. I'm just wondering, obviously the All-Star Game is a great kind of celebration of the NBA family, but at the end of this season, we're going to have the Olympics. Is that something that's on your mind? And are you kind of keen to participate and maybe get that gold medal that's currently one of the few things you haven't won?
Yeah, it's been on the radar, obviously, going into last summer before it was postponed. And, right now there's a lot that's a lot of questions, obviously, in terms of how, things will be put together for the Olympics and timing and coming out of this season, which is, a different experience for us as NBA players with the schedule and all that. So I'm kind of just staying patient right now and talked to a lot of people from USAB and, we'll closer to hopefully answer that question, whether I want to play or not. It's just right now there's a lot going on in terms of the second half of the NBA season, which is obviously the priority right now.
Christian Polatai from Ruutu, Finland.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Steph. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Christian Polatia with Ruutu in Finland. Comparisons are always made between players with similar skill sets, like yourself with former greats like Pete Maravich and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. But especially some of us Europeans often feel like you're kind of an evolution of Juan Carlos Navarro, especially when it comes to your ability to relocate and the audacity to take and make ridiculous shots at times. Is he someone you've drawn inspiration from, or is that something that Europeans have just made up?
No, when I've played against him I think one time in international basketball, and I've seen a lot of film, and his creativity, like you said, his shot selection, just his rhythm on the floor, it jumps off the screen, and when you play against him. So I've seen him take the 1-footed threes, and like you said, all his moving on around the floor, and learned a little bit in terms of something that I can implement into my game. I've tried the 1-foot threes a couple times, made a couple, so definitely some inspiration there. And any guy that you can kind of see yourself in when they're out there on the floor, you obviously pay attention to, and there's an opportunity every time to kind of expand your skill set by what you see other guys do. So definitely he's been on my radar for sure.
Next, we have Alvin Whitney from TNT.
Good morning, Steph. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. Steph, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, on this voter suppression bills and what can you guys do as players to continue to fight the good fight?
To continue to be educated, continue to understand what's going on in our world in real time, and align ourselves with the experts who are doing this work on a daily basis. And I think I've had a fortunate opportunity to get to know Stacey Abrams very well, and follow her work. And obviously being here in Atlanta, it's the the ground floor of what she's been able to accomplish in terms of her fair vote, fair act initiatives, and fighting voter suppression 365 24/7, not just as you get close to an election. So very appreciative of her example, her dedication, her and entire team. She's been a huge voice and inspiration for how we can stay in part of the conversation and lean on those who are in the community doing the work, continue to raise awareness, fundraise, whatever the case is, and make this a year-long thing and not something that just happens again in election season.
Thank you. Next, we have Mark Haynes with Clutch Points.
Hey, what's up, Steph?
What's happening?
This you've been around this go around. It's a little different this year in the All-Star. But I wanted to ask you, what's some things you remember about your first All-Star game appearance?
You broke up just a little bit. Say the last part again, my bad.
What do you remember from your first All-Star game experience?
It was overwhelming for sure. That was like a true All-Star weekend experience where you have, a schedule filled with stuff from the time you land to the time the game happens. I had been at All-Star weekend maybe 3 times before, doing the rookie game or 3-point contest. And my days or my weekend ends on Saturday night. And you kind of can let loose. When you're an All-Star, you want to enjoy yourself, but things just keep happening. And then you get to Sunday and it's like, dang, we still got to play the game. And you're kind of exhausted mentally and physically just because you're overwhelmed by just, the opportunity and the stage and all the different experiences. So New Orleans was fun that year. It was awesome to realize the goal of playing in the All-Star game and being, with the best 24 in the league. And I had a big Saturday night. I do remember that, and just with my family and my friends enjoying the moment and celebrating all the work that went into it. And Sunday was a blur. So I think every year since I've been able to kind of just and be in the moment a little bit more because you have a little bit more experience of how to pace yourself throughout the weekend.
Next, Julio Montenegro.
Hi, Steph. Congratulations for the All-Star game. What do you think that makes LeBron James special to keep an All-Star level at 36 years old?
One more time, say the last part.
What do you think makes LeBron James special to keep that level at 36 years old?
Oh, I mean, he's obviously blessed physically, but that only takes you so far. He puts the work in. Everybody who has been around him has talked about his work ethic and just the example that he kind of represents on that front. And just because you're blessed physically and have a certain skill set doesn't mean you can just show up at the gym and sustain that for as many years as he has. So he obviously has a blessed basketball mind and has proven that, over the course of years and been able to evolve his game as time has gone on, and, proved a lot of people wrong that he could play at this level, even at this point in his career. So that's a great example to have of somebody who takes, the work behind the scenes as serious as, when you see him on the court.
Anthony Flores, NBC Bay Area.
Hey, Steph, I just want to say you look good. It's early here on the West Coast. You've been in big games. You've played in this game before. Obviously, you've won championships. Just wondering, do you still get pregame butterflies for events like this? And if so, what do you do to get yourself back in the right space?
Oh, absolutely get butterflies. I even just went to go practice 3-point contest, and I was already like mentally in the actual thing. It's just when you're on the stage, it's and again you have an appreciation for it. It never really gets old. So even as different as this weekend is, with the way things are set up, to keep us safe this weekend. So just trying to. You got it when you get in there. Again, enjoy the moment, embrace it, be in the moment, and when the game starts, you kind of take a second and just realize, playing in the All-Star game and just make sure I enjoy myself. I haven't shot the ball really well in this game ever, so I'm trying to change that this year. But I've always enjoyed myself to the fullest, so I'm undefeated on that front.
And do you look forward to, the fourth quarter, the last couple of minutes? That's when everyone really seems to start playing. Do you look forward to that? The game is close.
For sure. And even watching, the guys last year in Chicago, like the intensity kind of jumped off the screen in terms of, the new format and just the level of play that, those guys showed, especially down the stretch. And I mean, I know nobody wanted to see it end on free throws, but it was probably one of the best, last like 5-10 minutes of game action in the All-Star game in a long time. So we'll see how it goes tonight, but you can get the best guys out there, the best talent, and there's that competition. It's always fun.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next question is from Afi Tucker.
Thank you. Hi. Good morning. I want to know, what can you tell us? What can we really look forward to when we watch the game tonight in terms of Team LeBron? Like, can you speak to the synergy of the team? Like, who has kept you guys grounded, and how has this been a bit different as we are, it's been a year since we've been living through a pandemic. So, what should excite us? Like, as we sit here and we're waiting, what should we be looking forward to?
I mean, you got the 24 best NBA athletes out there on the floor, all type of different, lineups and matchups and the like. And, it'll just be fun competition. Kind of to my last answer, hopefully it'll be, exciting and then possibly go down to the wire, be a great game, a lot of skill. I think when you look at our team, especially like the starting lineup, you got me, Bron, Giannis, Luka, Jokic. Almost have like 5 like PG type dudes, but we're all like different players. So it's gonna be interesting. Our playmaking abilities will probably be off the charts. Everybody can pass. Everybody can play make. So it should be easy chemistry to build, pretty quickly when we get out there. And obviously the rest of our team is stacked too. So I'm excited about, playing with guys I never teamed up with before. Played with Giannis before, but not the other 3. So that'll be a cool experience for me.
Thank you.
We have 2 more. First from Eduardo Borrell.
Uh-oh, he's on mute.
All right, we will try David.
Hi, Remy, Steph.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry, Steph. I have 2 questions for you. I'm from Ben from Brazil. The first one, do you have any hope that Klay Thompson will be back this season? And the second one, always before the games, we're seeing you playing soccer with Leandro Barbosa. Do you think these skills could help you in the 3-point point contest?
I love having fun. LB, it's nice to have him back on the staff and back with our team in a different role. But during my warm-ups, he guards me a couple times, help me get loose, and then we have a little fun at the end, doing a little soccer juggling and all that, passing back and forth, and then I end up shooting that last shot. So that's just keeping things light, fun, energetic, and it won't help me in three-point contests at all, but it's nice to have a little chemistry with him. So yeah,
About Clay?
and then we're just hoping for a full recovery for Clay, no matter how long it takes, and I highly doubt he'll be ready this year. But as long as he's back, when he's ready, no matter when that is, and ready to help us, win basketball games and get back to the player that we know he can be. However long that takes, we'll be ready for him.
Thanks, Steph.